Hello everyone, welcome to Telangana Exam Center. Today we'll be discussing a very important model question and answer which is based on RBI policy rates. We'll also talk about its trends and also the impacts of it on the economy, whether it is consumers, whether it is business people, whether it is exports, whether it is employment generation, etc. so and so forth. We'll talk about the impact, we'll also talk about the trends and obviously how to approach this particular question. That also I will always discuss in my model question and answer sessions. So make sure that you be a part of it and do subscribe to the channel, do enroll in the mentorship and mains test series courses and empower me, with the help of which you and me together can easily crack the examination for sure. So before going into the discussion, I would like to tell all of you, those who are watching me every day, please skip 1.5 minute because I will be just advertising some products. After that, you can just go in directly into the lecture. Those who are watching me for the very first time, I would like to tell to all of you that we are having a very well placed mentorship program which also includes mains test series and answer writing practice and some lectures which you might have missed in your preparation period or the classes that you might have missed in your institution. So this mentorship program, okay, so we are having combating confusions and failure. Lot of times the aspirants will have this particular confusion, which subject to start first, how many subjects that they have to actually take up in a day or in a month, like that, and what about those subjects which they have already prepared but not actually touching now. So that all things we will be trying to remove the confusions, and if you're not performing also in your assessment test, then also we'll be happy to help you out. We will make sure that this failure will become what success for sure. So academic features are very awesome. You can go through that. One of these feature is very that I really love is knowledge gap series. So that is what I have told you. Suppose if you have not learned about Supreme Court, we will give a proper lecture on it. If you have not learned about sustainable agriculture, also we'll give a proper lecture on it. And if you have not learned about AI use in agriculture, then also we'll like to give you a proper conceptual development of that particular topic. Okay, for TGPSC student, economy and formation or my forte student forte subjects, and these two subjects consist of nearly around 300 marks both for group 2 and group 1. Okay, you can understand that nearly around 40% of marks I will be giving you accurately, and you are definitely going to crack the examination. Okay, so do call to this particular number that I have given here. After calling to the number, the executives will pick up your call and will schedule a demo session with me. You try to ask whatever confusions you are having and whatever the strategy actually you are following, discuss with me, and will definitely find a very good path and keep you highly motivated all through your preparation and make sure that you will come out successful in your examination for sure. So this particular programs are available for UPSC 2025-2026, TGPSC, and also for the APPSC students or any other state PSC students that you can recommend. Okay, let us go into our discussion. Okay, so now we are talking about what RBI policy rate. An important prelims tip I would like to give to all the students who are watching me: whenever you have learned the policy rate, CRR, SLR, all that percentages when you have read, make sure that before going into the examination you go to the RBI website. At the left side of the RBI website you will find the latest rates. So just do the comparison that whatever the rates you are having are matching to this rates or not. If not, please update it, then go to the examination, because RBI generally changes the policy rates very frequently, 2 times for sure in a year. Sometimes they will also come up with bi-monthly, also in 2 months also sometimes they will do the revision of monetary policy. Okay, now here you can see that let us start our discussion with the RBI. I'll also tell you how to approach this particular question and also give the model answer for it in this class. RBI has supported liquidity stance. So we are talking about supporting a liquidity stance. It is nothing but, as you have studied in your static classes, liquidity is nothing but decreasing what? Interest rates. If RBI helps the banks to decrease the interest rate by decreasing the repo rate, then obviously more amount of money will circulate in the economy. That will actually lead to what? More demand. More demand will create what? Stimulate more production, and that is how the economy will expand and will see what? A very good economic growth rate. So we are talking about RBI has supported actually the liquidity stands for the 3 consecutive times till now. Means 3 times whenever the RBI has revised the policy, they have actually supported the expansionary monetary policy in the sense that liquidity stands, means more money to be infused in the economy. So you are talking about here expansionary monetary policy, and you have to discuss the trends of it, and you have to discuss the impact. Very important point, all of you actually have to keep in mind, it's not the impact related to that. You can write the disadvantages also. Here the question is completely related to what liquidity stands, means nothing but you are talking about expansionary monetary policy only, and you are talking about the impacts related to it. You are actually not going to discuss anything with regard to what contractionary monetary policy impacts here, because that will again become a very lengthy answer. Though you can write it, but is it not recommended? As I have already told you that address the question first, then do how much blah blah you want to, which you cannot do anyhow, because 150 words in the examination and the space they provide is actually very less. So that's things you have to keep in mind. Okay, now let us start our discussion. I have given a very beautiful introduction here. Monetary policy involves actions by a country's central bank to manage the money supply to promote economic growth and stability. So that is what the monetary policy is all about. Key strategies include adjusting interest rates. This is called as strategies. Adjusting interest rates and bank reserve requirement like CRR, SLR, which is aiming for higher employment while also controlling inflation. So beautifully this introduction is written. So if you are writing this kind of introduction and trying to give more content to the evaluator, obviously you are having a better edge with respect to your competitor students. Okay, so monetary policy is nothing but a central bank's policy, and what it does in this monetary policy, the central bank, it manages the money supply, with the help of which we try to promote economic growth, and we'll see that our country should not go into recession, depression, etc., so and so forth, and keep up a healthy, stable economy. Key strategies to do this is very simple: adjust the interest rate and bank reserve requirements, and with the help of which we can also generate employment and control inflation. So when we are writing the trends, you can see in the graph I have given you very layman writing of the trends in the mentorship program. I'll give the better one here, but for your understanding, for those people who cannot afford the codes, and for those people who want to write the trends and who want to learn for them, I have given you how they can write. So obviously you have to give this particular, you cannot draw this graph. Okay, you can put a tabular one here, and you can write years here, you can write what percentages here, that is more than enough. But make sure that in your A4 size paper, when you're writing the introduction here, right hand side it should be your table, and left hand side you have to actually do the description or the information related to that particular table or a diagram. That is how our economic survey reports, etc., always mention either below or right side. Don't put it right side, don't put it above. Okay, either below, write the information, give the chart below, or right side you should be having what the chart, and left side you will be having the information. So you can see that May 22 it was around January 2020 it is 5.15%. Obviously it has to decrease because COVID we have got, so we have to follow expansionary monetary policy, and slowly we were actually clogging here. 22 we are having, 23 we are having, 24 we are having. So 23 and 24 basically we are having the policy rate, okay, at stood at 6.5%, which was slowly decreasing again. You can see that whenever increasing happen, this is a contractionary monetary policy, which is also called as dear money policy, tight money policy, whatever you call it as. One more important point I will tell you, it is also called as hawkish. I'll tell you in the shorts also, this one, hawkish monetary policy. So here we are decreasing, means government want to actually promote, here RBI want to actually promote what? Economic growth. So RBI is not more concerned with regard to inflation, and RBI want to align its vision with the government vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. So after writing this in a tabular way, you can just say that RBI policy rate, which was around 6.5% in 2024. Okay, I have written here 2024, in the first 2 quarters of 2025 gradually decreased from 6.5 to 6% at the beginning of third quarter of 2025. Okay, I have given a basic assumption of quarters here, so that the answer, the information looks very reliable. So I have given you the latest one. You can add this point and this point, which is anyhow added in the mentorship material. Okay, so trends we have discussed, introduction we have discussed. Now we'll see the impacts on the economy. Obviously RBI expansionary policy that we are talking about influences what? Inflation, investments. Monetary policy implemented by the central bank is crucial for influencing investments in the economy. Primarily through the interest rate adjustments only, the RBI will influence the investment. So lowering interest rate makes borrowing cheaper, encouraging business to invest in what growth. So if anybody calls me and tell me, sir, we'll give you 2 lakh rupees of loan and you have to pay 4,000 rupees of EMI in which the interest rate is only 3 or 5-6%, I will be very happy or not? Yes. So I'll try to do the business. So that's how it decreases the interest rate and the borrowers will be stimulated and encouraged to go for what? Investment. Then it also influence what? Consumers. Okay. Why? Because lower interest rate also makes the consumer to borrow more money, and thus with more money we will stimulate more demand and purchasing more products, and shapes inflation. Monetary policy shapes inflation expectation by managing the money supply to maintain a price stability. Stable prices enhance business confidence. That is very true. Suppose this is what I say is the Tang juice is there. Okay, if it is like 50 rupees or 1 liter you got, and after 2 months it got around 70 rupees. So anybody who want to invest in this particular business, he will not do, and any consumer who want to have, he will not have. Why? Because you will never know that the price is escalating too much. The price dynamism is very too much that businesses lose confidence. So maintaining price stability in a particular product will help the business people to actually do the proper strategy with regard to their sales and marketing. That is the reason it builds investment business confidence, make long-term investments obviously more attractive, generate employment. Expansionary monetary policy is basically directed to increase more production. When you increase more production, automatically what will happen? The employment will also increase. It is very true. If I am having one saloon is there, in one saloon 5 people are working. If I have another saloon and which is nothing but another production of services, saloon service I am doing, obviously these 5 people cannot come here. I have to hire another 5 people or not? Yes. So increase production will obviously to what? Increase employment, making the technological unemployment constant. Okay, then we'll talk about export promotion. So more and more people come up in businesses and starts there and more startups comes under the production process. What will happen? We'll generally have surplus and we can go for exports. Modernization and increased competition. You are there in the field, you took a loan for the saloon, I took a loan for the saloon. Many of the people also started taking the loans for the same industry. That will happen for all industries for sure. Okay, what will happen? You will try to market in different way, I'll try to market in different way. New innovation strategies will come, new innovation products will come. Okay, if you do the keratin, it will stay for 2 months. So if I'll try to do something with it, I'll say that okay, it will be like it will stay for 4 months. So that's how what happens. You are competing with many of the new startups. Okay, that's how it will promote what? New technologies will come into the business, with the help of which we are also promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. Okay. Now, the conclusion very simple. Thus, monetary policy significantly impact investment by affecting borrowing costs, consumers, and business confidence, and inflation expectation, making it essential for policymakers to create a favorable investment environment for sustainable economic growth. So, there cannot be a better conclusion with regard to RBI policy rates and its various policy strategies. So, this is very important. You have to write this conclusion for sure. It is very qualitative and professional way of writing it. You will definitely get around out of 10, you will get around 6 to 8 marks. 6 is very low, so you will get around 8 for sure. Near to the 8 marks you will get with the help of this particular content. So see, it is properly designed model answer, so make sure that you don't skip it out, and do join the courses. The number is there in the slides and also in the description. Empower me, and I have also given my UPI ID. You can just donate whatever you want to, and do keep sharing and subscribing. Thank you. Take care.